put that poll up of what we are going to call this segment. Because we have a few things. We're going to do the poll today. We're going to do the poll. No. Should we do the poll when we do the episode?
We got another episode.
Because maybe the episode could be question mark. Like, bitches don't know. Bitches don't know. We trying to figure it out. But welcome back, y'all. Today will be our Gram Talk. What's the other one?
We got that far?
What you heard?
Yeah,
did you hear?
Instant news.
So we've got a couple of things, and there's some more in my notes in my phone that I came up with. So we are going to, like I said in the last episode, we're going to post the poll because we need y'all help to come up with a name, because this is the episode where we just go through a bunch of different topics, surrounding social media, what we're seeing on TV,
pop culture, celeb.
So it's gonna be food, everything. We just want to talk about everything in these episodes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, is there anything in particular y'all want to start with? Because I know I want to motherfucking start with.
Can we start off with
Fatima? She motherfucking starting.
Can we start off with Aunt Becky? Because I have a lot to say.
That's what I was gonna say. There you go. I was gonna say that. I got it right here. Motherfucking Aunt Becky, bitch. The nerve.
She's doing a bid.
2 months.
All right, but
that's not a bid. She's gonna be in a Martha Stewart prison.
Hold on though, because we gotta go back.
Don't be talking about no Martha Stewart.
No, she took the bid.
Martha Stewart was in a nice gated community prison.
So what? She did her time. Leave her alone.
Listen,
we gotta go back to
that
why
motherfucking
she's the old respected white
that
woman.
prison looked better than my motherfucking house situation now. She had a guard, and that bitch was. Aunt Becky is she's been sentenced to 2 months in prison due to the college admissions scandal, where she lied, for her daughter to be in a prestigious school, get accepted.
She wasn't the only one. What did the rest of them niggas get?
Well, hold on. We're talking about her.
Felicity Hoffman. She did her time. She was released.
Was she 8 days or some shit?
Something like that. I think she was released early because of, I want to say COVID, and because
just way before COVID.
But she went to prison after. I thought she got released because of COVID.
Bitch, this happened last year.
Yeah, but she didn't go last year. She went this year. Felicity Hoffman?
No,
yeah.
She went way before COVID.
Okay,
Why we always talking shit,
we don't even know. But let me talk about Desperate Housewife Felicity Huffman, because she had her whole house mobbed with a SWAT team to pull her to get her to jail. Was that necessary?
Listen.
Damn.
I'm not for. Listen, don't get me wrong with what I'm about to say. I respect though that Felicity Hoffman. She did it the right way. This bitch was like, I was wrong. I did it. I'm gonna do my time. Blah blah blah. Aunt Becky been fighting this shit, trying to get up. Like, I don't understand. You lied. And your daughter even came out and said she didn't even want to go to college. Your daughter wanted to continue to be a YouTube makeup artist star. Your daughter didn't even want to go to school.
Women, and I respect families like this, no shade, because we don't know what it's like to be raised by a family like this. They want the college degree. They want the education on their kids' resumes, and they'll do everything within their power to get them in there, come hella high water, and that's what pretty much
and it needs to
happens.
Be the same across all races.
Right.
That's true. So her and her target
a black
making
women
sure
did the same thing, and didn't she go to jail?
She didn't even do the same thing. All she did was switch the address.
Right.
So her baby could go to a better
school.
school, and she was locked away for years, sentenced to years in prison because she just wanted her child to be in a better school district. She didn't lie about her child's test scores or anything. She just said, "Okay, I'm going to use whoever's address." And not for nothing, my mother did that. I didn't go to junior high school where everybody in my neighborhood went to junior high school. My mother put me in a different junior high school. We used my aunt's address. Right. Does that mean my mother should have went to prison? No, that's
it's not that
ridiculous.
Serious. Yeah,
but she would have, because she's a black woman. This
now,
is the difference between
on
money.
Your door for your mother.
Exactly.
Well, and I'm tagging her. She got an Instagram.
She does. But they're gonna have to listen. You gonna have to take me with her. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going down without a fight for mine. But
can we say, I know, and we could talk. Can we just talk about the fact that, not for nothing, I would have done the same thing, and a lot of people are saying we would be doing the same thing if we had the power to get our kids in colleges because
But
it's
isn't that what the elite world
competitive?
is about? Not for nothing. I watched Gossip Girl growing up, and they parents used to make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 donations to these schools so these kids could get ahead. That's normal. Like, I got white friends that came from wealth, and they be like, "Yeah, my mother been donated to the library. Her name is on the door." What? We live in my neighborhood. The schools are named after Malcolm X. The schools are named after, you know what I'm saying? Like, excuse you, your mother's name is on the library door, but that's normal in their world,
Right.
Like, they sometimes cheat to get ahead. We see it all the time,
and they use their celebrity, their money, their
their
wealth,
money, their status,
to
you
get
know,
ahead.
their name. Because some of these people, they come from, like you said, her husband is fucking Target. He is
Massimo,
Target,
right? That's how you pronounce it?
Yes, you go on Target, that motherfucking shit is everywhere. So at the end of the day, she threw her weight around with what she had, her money, her status, and I'm gonna get my kid into the school. But
both of the girls, right? Or just the one?
I think she just did the one at the time.
The other one she was working on.
Right. So it's just like her and Felicity thought they were gonna get away with it. It was a whole thing because there was somebody within that situation who was like telling them like, this is what you do, this is what you pay
me, and I got this.
and I got it. I'll do the rest. So they didn't expect it to backfire. But look at you, Aunt Becky. Nobody expected Aunt Becky to motherfucking go to prison, but you are.
I was just tight because her story was getting interesting on the Full House re-up on Netflix.
I don't think nothing's gonna happen to her. I think she's gonna
adopted
her
a little
career's
black
gonna be
baby,
fine.
and then she was
exactly.
She
She
like,
will be fine.
She's gonna be fine. I think her man will be all right too.
She'll come out of, you know, beautiful white prison.
In the jail world, does this mean she only has to do a month? Because usually they cut time in half.
Yeah, like Khloe Kardashian went to jail. That bitch was let out free. Paris, like, they don't go to jail. They don't do time. She's gonna do maybe a little under a month, if that, and that'll be that. And everybody will forget, as they always do.
Wow, and Becky's man can recreate the prison uniforms.
He can.
Then they be acting like it's a big deal. Like, she... like, she gonna have to put this on her resume and can't get a job for the rest of her life.
Becky.
She wouldn't have to even work anymore. Like, she can come... If Full House said, bitch, you can't come back, okay.
Well, it's over. So.
It's over. Like, exactly like,
yeah,
it is a show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't watch it.
Well, she's still gonna be good.
Well, speaking of Netflix has re-upped on their black shows. Moesha,
Girlfriend,
The Game. There's The Game, Girlfriends. Netflix really came through with the come through. Like, all of our nostalgic shows that we either grew up on. I know The Game was a little bit later, so most of us were like young adults when that came
I've
on.
never
That was
seen The
still
Game.
my show.
That is my favorite show.
Med School. All right. So yeah, I'm really like, Netflix usually gets it right. There was a little hiccup with this I guess movie or show coming out called Cuties, and this little black girl being a twerker, and everybody was like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, everybody was like,
what do you think about that? Because to me, it wasn't a huge deal, but it is a huge deal because we got to stop over sexualizing. I get it, but
this is my problem. I'm so ignorant to the. I live in the middle of Harlem, so when I see little girls doing shit like this, I don't
cute.
bat my eyes. Not that I think it's cute. I looked at the poster and I was like, oh, regular little girl shit. And then I seen everybody in the comments was blasphemy. And I was like, let me change my way of thinking. Yeah, little girls shouldn't be doing this. But I see it all the time, so I didn't think nothing of it. But
it is definitely...
I wouldn't want my daughter.
Right. It is definitely a situation where, you know... And I just said this to my friend, like, it's the reality of the world, but I hate that let me take that back. It sometimes makes me feel a way when, like, a lot of what I say is black. And my friend had to remind me, like, but you're not lying. It's the way of the world. Like, this is what we live in. Little black girls are overly sexualized because when we grow up, at 12, 13, 14, we have hips and booty and titties, and plenty of us have been told, oh, you know,
can't wear that.
You can't wear that when there's a man in the house. Don't wear those shorts or blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Versus being school. Like, or in school, your skirt has to be, you know, below the knee or at least to the knee or something of that nature. No spaghetti straps.
But white girl got the same outfit on.
Exactly. And that used to happen to me, even
Mhm.
as a grown woman at work. Like, I would wear something and I would be pulled into the office and told, like, oh, you look inappropriate. But there would be a girl who was Asian in the same similar type outfit. Why
Didn't
she
that
not in
happen to
here?
me? Did that
It
happen
happens
to
all
It
the
happened to
time.
me.
I've been a
Yeah.
D cup since the 5th grade, and I've always been told I have curves and I can't. I remember one teacher told me that I needed to cover up. I think she gave me her sweater.
Right,
And I was
right.
just like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
this
But back
happens
in the
to
day,
us all the time.
we didn't think anything of it. We're
But that
little.
all of this stuff is why people feel the way they feel about that cover, because constantly, little black girls are either told to cover up or overly sexualized. There's no in between. It's either one or the other. You look sexy or you don't. And it's just like it is ultimately inappropriate. Like, when you really think about it, 'cause
Yeah, it definitely is. That's
I
why.
don't know how old the little girl is, but she looks very young on the cover. She
Mhm.
honestly looks like she's not even like a full teenager yet. And it's just like, why is there like, of all the movies y'all could have come up with, y'all decided to come up with a little girl twerking or and when you read it, it's like, when you read what they said, like, she becomes obsessed with the dance team who twerks, but the dance team that she's looking at is grown women, but it's like, you're not grown. So it's a lot that goes into it. I definitely think that there's something there where it's more than just, don't wear those shorts, wear sports bra so your titties don't bounce, wear jacket. We should be telling men and little boys it's inappropriate to say those things. It's inappropriate if you make her feel uncomfortable. Like, I am a believer that you should look how you want to look, wear what you want to wear, but that's just not realistic.
Mhm.
But at the same time, the same way we're telling our daughters, you need to look like this. You need to make sure that you're safe. You don't wear a too low of a blouse. It's the same way you need to tell your sons. Right.
Don't be touching.
Don't be touching and grabbing and thinking
yeah.
because she's dressed a certain way
Don't
or
be
she
looking
looks a
at-
certain way that you have the right
Mhm.
to be, aggressive or not take no for an answer. No means no. It's that simple. So I think that Netflix, even though they've done great with their content, everybody fucks up. Remove it. That's not something we want to see. I'm not interested in watching that. So they could go ahead and put that to the sidelines, put that on the chopping block, and continue to showcase beautiful shows. Like, I think One-on-One is going to be added soon. I love that
Even
Proud
what's
Families on
that,
Disney Plus.
What's that other movie that was on Netflix that made me like cringe a little bit with the Tahari?
Not Tahari. You mean Sanaa Lathan?
No,
With the hair?
she was with the little boy, and he kept cursing out through the whole movie.
I must have missed that.
It's called Coffee.
Oh,
what's that
I missed
movie?
that. Yeah, I didn't see that.
With Mark Wahlberg or one of them, and he's a detective, or they get killed or something like that.
Oh, I missed that one.
In that first 5 minutes, me and Babe was like sitting like, why is he talking like this? Like this little boy.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's
oh,
crazy.
Wow. Yeah, we all, like I said, we all fuck up. Netflix, take your L.
They did. They were like, we apologize.
Yeah, they
for
did
the cover.
come out and apologize. So we appreciate that, and I'm just super excited to binge watch all my favorite shows. Even though Girlfriends ended on some bullshit that ain't even right how they did them, but it's okay. Anything else? What else, y'all? What have you seen this week that made you on your phone?
So another thing that came out this past week was this Trey Songz bullshit about how I don't know if they're labeling him a sexual predator. I think they're probably just labeling him sexually aggressive. 2 women came forward stating that their experience with Trey Songz, how they are in hotel rooms and he pees on them and he's very aggressive. And
see, okay, I don't want to be...
Palmer came forward.
I don't want to be the one to say, because we just had a whole episode about supporting women, but the women that were having that discussion, I feel like their credibility goes into play, because we know that they literally fuck for money. They say it, they're proud of it, and that's their body, their choice. I am all for sex workers.
Yeah, they're escorts.
I am. If that's how you make your money and get through life, so be it. Who am I to judge? That's not my business. It's not my body. But yeah, they said, they backed up statements not backed up because they weren't even mentioning Kiki, but they
came forward with a story about him.
with their story, and it's similar to Kiki's. A girl even previous to that, I can't remember her name, but Lisa Bloom was her lawyer, and she said it was after All-Star Weekend, and Trey became irate with her. He became aggressive. He hit her, or pushed her of some sort, and she got a concussion. She said she had to be in hospital, all types of stuff. So this is not the first time Trey has shown his aggression towards women. And listen, like I said in the last podcast with the involving toxic relationships, I love Trey Songz. I supported his music, but the buck stops here, sir. How many women got to say the same thing for us to believe it? And then we got his fucking mama on social media where that's not even your place. I know that's your son, but that's not your place. If a woman said that he made her feel away and you weren't there, I don't understand why you're speaking, mama or not.
Just be quiet.
Yeah. Like, that's a conversation for you to have. Situation. It's not. Because, of course, every mother wants to feel like their child could do no wrong. But who your child is outside in the world, we have no control over as parents. So I was just a little baffled by that. But, yeah, this is definitely not the first discussion about Trey Songz being this way.
Fucked up because you can tell he's on a different path right now.
Right.
Isn't he a daddy?
But let me say
Not
this.
that he's a daddy, but he's on a path with
or
God.
maybe.
Yeah, he's finding himself. He's
maybe
standing up
possibly
for Black Lives Matter.
Could be.
It just
the only reason why I question it is because listen, I like to look at things outside of a person's words and actions, right? So
you think he's doing all this good stuff now?
Yes.
To shadow the fact.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like
or to be forgiven, be forgiven from the God above for all the shit that he's doing.
No, I don't.
Well, I don't want to say. Let's not say sexual predator. Hold on. It's Kiki's accusing him of sexual intimidation. And then these two women that came forward, whether they're escort strippers or not.
Closet.
These two women came forward and said that they're backing up some chick named Selena Powell's claims of being sexually intimidating, sexually aggressive, and kidnapping. How dude wouldn't even give them their phone, which that part I could understand because he's a celebrity, but would go as lengths as to not allow them to leave the hotel room, do what I say, when I say it, type vibes. We didn't believe Kiki way back when she was on the Breakfast Club and made mentions of this. So this is what the story is now. How all of a sudden...
I don't think it's that nobody believed her. I think we just
nobody believed
listening.
her. What do you mean?
We weren't listening. Right. People weren't listening.
Because he was Trey Songz.
I'm going to say this. Okay? Back on my black shit. Trey Songz came out, right? Black girls loved him. Trey Songz is now a superstar. You only see Trey Songz with exoticals. You see Trey Songz. He
even made a song about it.
Thank you. His baby mother, what she looked like. Now, present day, he has a song coming out. The video features a dark-skinned black woman. You're pandering. I'm sorry. One thing I ain't is a dummy. I might be mean. I might be a big bitch. But he always had
black women in his videos.
How many? When?
Neighbors Know My Name. Isn't she black?
Neighbors Know My Name. Yeah, but...
The one with Kelly Rowland was in it.
But that was like Kelly Rowland. That wasn't him. I Fumbled Your Heart. Kelly Rowland was in the video, but that's again Kelly Rowland.
It's Kelly Rowland.
Exactly. So to me, like, even though she is brown skinned and beautiful and all of that, she's also Kelly Rowland. So I feel like you have decided now I'm gonna pander to the black woman because that's who I need to save me, as we always do. We always save y'all. So, yeah, he might have sprinkled a black girl here and there, but your life is not surrounded by them. Like, you can't say this song's about black love and then you created a baby with somebody who is a smidge of black. Even though I feel like if you got a smidge of black in you, you black. Period. I don't care who you are, what you look like. Your hair could be curly, your hair could be straight, wavy. You got a drop of black, you black. Period. But I feel like black men, when they get in these situations and people are now like, yo, this is what he is, this is what he's about, they go back to what works, which is black women. They're going to save me. They're going to fix it. And we're tired of being that. We're tired of being the fixers. We're tired of being Olivia fucking Pope. So that's just my view on it.
That's my favorite show.
So I don't know how I feel about Trey, but I feel like Trey, sorry, Tory Lanez, which also I fucks with Tory Lanez. Every Chicks Tape, Diego, I could sit here and name all of my favorite Tory Lanez songs. You gotta go. R. Kelly, you been in the trash. Been in the trash.
Talib
Kweli, trash. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Watch what the fuck you do and what comes out of your mouth. You're gonna be held accountable for it. We living in a sensitive time. You can't say shit about nobody and think that that's okay and it's gonna be okay and people are gonna accept it. This ain't back in the day where Snoop and Dre could talk about hoes and it ain't no fun if the homies can't get. This ain't those days no more. You better be careful what leaves your mouth.
They tried it when Snoop did his verses with DMX. They tried it and they were like, nah, this
ain't even them days. DMX, Keisha, Rashida, Brittany, Brent. Oh, I'm about to name a nigga. Sorry.
Yeah, these are the times.
These are the times. So you have to be very, politically correct. But I also feel like these are the times where people's true selves are being revealed. And some of your faves will no longer be your faves. And it's just that simple. Wrong is wrong, right is right. You don't get a pass because I fuck with your music. Like, no. You made a woman feel uncomfortable. I'm a woman. That could easily be me. So, fuck out of here.
In more news, I think we should talk about Ellen. We didn't talk about Ellen. People are talking about Ellen. So, Ellen meeting Ellen DeGeneres. She's coming under her show. And because the show's name is Ellen, she's coming under pressure for staff, celebrities, and all alike coming forward saying how
she's not so nice.
She's not so nice. She's a nasty ass bitch. The show itself has reports on sexual misconduct, negative work environment, disgusting culture, toxicity at the workplace, sexual harassment, and racism.
I would say that this story was hard for me to believe.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like, what the fuck? A whole show feels this way and y'all never said nothing?
All these years? Right.
It's one thing if it's one woman coming out and then another woman says something and then it's 20 years later. That's a whole different thing.
So me and Shanae had this conversation.
Show, production, cameraman, the lady who sweeps.
We had this conversation because of COVID, a lot of people had to furlough employees. And if I'm not mistaken, the Ellen Show had to furlough 75% of their workforce because they didn't know when they would be recording anytime soon. So I was telling Shanae that I feel like folks started coming forward because they didn't have a job. Previously, they didn't want to come forward because they didn't want to lose their job or they were afraid that the powers that be. We had this story came forward with Matt Lauer and NBC, where bitches in that space, in that workforce, don't want to come forward because executives and powers that be will tarnish their careers. I could believe that the story is true. You're a young journalist, you're a young producer wanting to come up in the ranks, and the minute you tell on an executive producer, you're blackballed. But I felt like people were coming forward because they weren't working.
Is this a show problem or is this an Ellen DeGeneres?
I think we now
why are people blaming her for everybody else's actions?
I think
she was nasty and
it's her show.
Turned a blind eye.
The fish rots from the head. It's her show.
I feel like I've heard or read that yes, she was a part of the problem. She has been nasty. Bitch. She has been mean. She hasn't been the Ellen that's portrayed on the TV dancing with a smile.
Came out she's done Oscars. She's done all types of fucking shit. Nobody ever said this is a nasty ass bitch.
People are going to come forward when they feel like coming forward, and it only takes one. One person came forward, and the whole
So what is exactly she being blamed for? Being a nasty ass bitch? Because there's a couple of nasty ass bitches who still get the rite of passage.
Well, let's talk about it. Is being a nasty ass bitch an issue in 2020?
Say if she's really like a drama queen.
She's an uppity white and this is all alleged, you guys.
So is Mariah Carey, and she be invited to sing every fucking year at New Year's.
Nobody's coming forward about Mariah Carey's diva behavior, and people are calling her a diva.
But that's why I'm asking, how extensive is Ellen DeGeneres just a diva and niggas just being bitches, or
probably
taking shit a certain way, or
probably because society is allowing
she really
her
on don't look at me, I'm in my dressing room, leave me the fuck alone, like, you're a fucking fat piece of shit, get out my dressing room.
I'm not gonna hold
what
you.
Is it?
I heard the story and felt no need to dive into it. Like, if she's a nasty bitch, I find it to be a little believable where there's smoke, there's fire, but it wasn't like, oh my God, Ellen's a whore. Like, I didn't care, if you get what I'm saying. I just felt like it's probably true. I was just like, it's probably true. She probably nasty. But are we shocked? No. I wasn't shocked. I was just like, okay, cool.
Right.
Another one. Okay, great.
Now, let's say if everything, because the companies has issued apologies, the companies is giving employees additional perks, more pay, restructuring, they're doing all of this stuff. So, and there's been criminal investigations. This has actually brought on real investigations where people had to come in and all these allegations were investigated and they're correcting, fixing. 2 executive producers got fired because it was true that what they were doing to their employees, I don't know if it's sexually related or just being nasty.
Just stuff you can't do in the workplace, basically.
Right. So are we not, I'm not for cancel culture, but should we have to put up in 2020 with the Ellens and the shows like Ellen's? Or should we say, why can't we start supporting other hosts, other journalists who create, for example, what's her name? Tamron Hall. Mm-hmm. Why are we not saying everybody go watch her or everybody go watch The Real? Well, not The Real. Why is this okay? Like, why are we not saying, all right, fuck the Ellen show, let's uplift somebody else to take her time slot?
Who the fuck knows?
Who knows?
This is really for TV people
right.
to speak on, because I don't even be at home to be watching these daytime shows.
And then I also feel like just, from being a follower of Amanda Seales, I heard her say on her story once that she felt like the Real's audience wasn't ready for someone like her. Mm-hmm. They watched The Real to feel happy, to get discounts on whatever, to, get, how do I make, my pussy tight again? Or how do I get, what I'm saying? Like, how do I get my
culture.
man?
Who got married?
Yeah, how do I get my man to da-da-da-da? So Amanda Seales, being the Black woman, educated woman, cultured woman that she is, I was really
confused that she accepted this job.
Right. It didn't seem like it was on brand for her. But I just maybe thought maybe she's trying something different and maybe she can bring a different point of view to the show, which I think that she did. But she said that she felt like the constant, hate mail she got, the constant just hate in general that she got kind of just let her know, like, this ain't for me. And that's why she ended up stepping away. Was it a great look? I think so, only because she was opening the eyes of people who couldn't see. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'll say it again. With me, a lot of shit boils down to color. A lot of shit boils down to race. And if you disagree with that, which I'm segueing into something else, I think there's a problem with that in and of itself. So I feel like maybe the reason why they haven't put someone else like a Tamron Hall or something like that in the place of an Ellen is because people are not ready for it. And that in this country shows that to us every single day, that they're not ready for it. They're not ready to face the facts. So I'm not going to put somebody here in this TV show slot if motherfuckers ain't going to accept it. Why would I do that? Even if I believe in it. But it's not just one executive. Like, there's a slew of people that have to go through that and accept that, okay, this show is happening. Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? So, I mean, it's a lot that goes into that. So I feel like if people were a little bit more accepting of situations, accepting of reality, then sure, we could do that. But we aren't in that space. And last week, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, we talked about it in our last, I can't say the name because we don't have one yet, In our last episode, talking about different pop culture topics about WAP and blah blah blah, and a lot of people were going in about Kylie Jenner opening the door, walking down the hallway. They felt like, okay, we understand Suki, we understand Normani, we understand them being in the video. They're artists, they're young, they're hot. I think the Rose girl, I don't know her name, I'm sorry. The Spanish girl was in it. Okay, great. We understand all of them being in it because they have talent, they're doing something. Everybody was dragging Kylie Jenner for filth. And Cardi's response was, not everything is about race. Not everything is about being black. Because everybody was like, well, why didn't you have, if you were going to have somebody just famous for being famous, why wasn't it Lori Harvey? Why wasn't it, you know what I'm saying? Why wasn't it somebody to celebrate, us?
Why can't Cardi B just be who she is? Say it why can't Cardi B just be who she is? Like,
here's my thing, and this is why I segued into this. The statement of everything's not about race, that's a problem. Because everything is about race
in the music industry,
times that we're living in. Let's be real. If this was 1995, Cardi couldn't keep up with a Foxy Brown. Cardi wouldn't keep up with a Lil' Kim. One, because she don't write her shit. Let's just start there. Cardi can't keep up with Nicki Minaj. But Cardi has a great team. She's a pretty girl. She's got great personality. So she's marketable. Like a lot of these young rappers. She has that. But if this was 1995, where the best Lisa Left Eye Lopez, you think Cardi B would be on Ladies Night? Dead ass. I'm waiting. Y'all let me know.
In 1999, no.
In the 90s,
in the 90s
period.
No.
If this was Ladies Night, where even Angie Martinez was struggling on that track.
But neither would Meg.
Neither would Meg. I'm not saying that there's no difference, but Meg isn't the one saying everything's not about race. So when you sit here and you say that when Breonna Taylor's murderers haven't been arrested, you that's why I say these celebrities, you gotta watch what the fuck you say. But when is it okay
for you to be yourself? I'm understanding what you're saying. Mm-hmm. But when is it okay for an artist to be themselves or a person in general? If I was to be a motherfucking celebrity, y'all would be tight because I would have. Is Frank Sinatra alive? He would be in my video.
Is he
like?
Well, I don't fucking know.
But I would be doing songs with him, and I'm
not saying it's wrong.
Why can't people do what they want to do?
But there's nothing. But I just think the way she went about it is the problem.
Let me ask this.
Don't diminish how people are feeling because you yourself think that there's nothing wrong with having Kylie Jenner in the video. I myself, I'm not a Kardashian fan. I'm not yes, I just said this to my friend. I follow them bitches for the looks. Not because I don't give a fuck about what they, I appreciate and applaud Kim for the prison reform. Great. But I'm following this bitch because she serves the fucking looks. They get the hottest shit fresh off the runway. And I'm a fashion girl. I'm a style girl, so I love to see it. But I follow other girls for that too. Bella Hadid, I follow her. But then on the flip side, I follow, icons of fashion and fashion girls like that really are in the industry.
Because we hear you. I agree. But when is it a point, like Shanae's saying, that Cardi B is just a female rapper? When did we start expecting niggas to be about true real life situations?
Well, here's my thing.
Because who made her the voice of race?
She did. When
who
she
made
sat
her
up
the
there,
voice?
Wait a second. Now, here's the thing. Now you got to flip it over. Because Cardi B just had an interview with Joe Biden, did she not? Where she talking about people dying and the struggle in the projects in the hood. Is that not about race?
But that's what I'm saying. When did we say, Cardi,
she did.
You have to... Mm-hmm.
She put herself in the political world to sit and have these conversations. So it's like, that's the part that's confusing. Be whoever you want to be. Because people are going to support you that love you. People who don't, they don't. Fuck them. But my thing is just like, you can't on one end say, well, it's just a video and I like Kylie and we friends and not everything is about being black and being about race. But then you sit down with Joe Biden and you're discussing race. You're discussing the norms of the world.
I said, sometimes that is what it is, Fatima. Like,
it's not.
She wants to be who the fuck she
But it's not that simple.
Some people are multiple. Cardi B is a multiple personality type of person. She's never one way one day and then the same the next day. She's like multi.
But then
different genres.
But then that hinders people. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
All right, hindering people, but who gives a fuck?
Why
can't people just be who they want to be and just
you can be who you are? Because it's not that simple, Shanae. If I wanted to be who I wanted to be, I wouldn't wear clothes. I hate bras. Y'all know that. Do I wear them?
We know that.
You know that every day.
I honestly am not leaning for Cardi for anything, for advice, for political.
We shouldn't. But there are people that do.
Well, hold on, because y'all put me on blast. Y'all put me on blast last time when I said we can't take her too seriously, and that's what I meant by that. And you was like, "No, we should."
As far as being like a role model, you mean?
That's what I meant when I said it, and you were like, "No, we should take her and her music seriously. She's who we should."
Because she's a woman. Her voice matters. Don't get that twisted. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if she wants motherfucking Kylie Jenner in her video, if she wants motherfucking Ronald McDonald in her video.
She fucks with the Kardashians. There's some people who don't, who do for the looks, and let me see what she's wearing in the new fashion. But she's been at their house since up until last year or 2 years ago.
So you feel like because she had an interview with Joe Biden, all her videos gotta be black?
She's interviewed several political figures. It wasn't her,
and she is on the forefront for Breonna Taylor, by the way. Like, it's not.
Wait a second. It's not about her videos being black. It's about watching what the fuck leaves your mouth, and especially when you've already had a few run-ins with calling black girls roaches. You can come back and say, "I call myself a roach," but you didn't. You called black girls a roach. So when you already kind of got like a touchy, you know what I'm saying, like a touchy reputation for shit that's black, and it kind of leaves your mouth in a way. And let's be very frank in this conversation, there is still a line of, frustrations between Spanish girls and black girls. We live in New York City. We see it every day. Mm-hmm. Where one may make the other feel a certain way, coming from both ends. It's not more on their end. It's not more on black girls. To me, it's equal. So I feel like she could have anybody in the world in her videos. They're her videos. All I'm saying is be careful how you make people feel, because celebrity goes a long way today. It's not just, oh, well, I decided, if she just would have said, I decided Kylie Jenner's in my video because it's my fucking video. The end. So what else are we talking about? But when you say not everything is about race, when we're living in a climate,
you're highlighting race.
We're living in a climate that everything is about race. Everywhere you look, turn, and feel. And if people want to live in denial about it, that's them. But it literally is about race. The entire Meg situation, the entire conversation we had stemmed from what? Her being scared that cops were going to kill her and her friends. So I didn't say anything. I stayed quiet. So that's my only point. She could be whoever she wants to be. We all should be able to be who we want to be. But watch what the fuck you say when you have a platform where that shit can spin into something else. Because not for nothing, New York culture is different. Like, other people from other states don't get this shit. They don't get why Spanish people say nigga and nobody bats an eye. They don't get it. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. But I'm just saying, if you're from New York, you Puerto Rican, you Dominican, you black. Like, I see y'all as black. So if y'all say something that I know I and my actual, like, full force, not mixed black friends say, it doesn't bother me. Unless it's some real disrespectful shit. Then we got a fucking problem. But I have never been in that situation. So my thing is, like, just that whole tone. She could be whoever she wants to be. Obviously, that's what's gotten her here. Having that personality. But now that you are on this certain platform, like, you don't want to make other people feel like less than because you've accepted something else. That's all. That's my point in it.
I get it. I think she's fully aware and capable. I think she knows what the fuck she's doing. I don't think she meant it away saying it's not about race. I think that's what she really meant. Like, even though, all right, we're in the climate and time motherfucker watched my video. It's not about race right now. She's trying to deflect
and
from the
she's
situation.
also saying she also can't technically say shit. For example, I put Kylie in my fucking video because Kylie has 180 Instagram followers and Kylie is Kylie. And if I put Kylie in the video,
My
all of
shit
her
gonna blow up.
her fans are going to come on my shit and help blow me up so then I can help y'all niggas blow up. Because she's also supporting the women.
I get that.
There's also music industry bullshit that
but,
she ain't going to say.
As black people, we don't get to deflect. I don't get to be anything but black.
But why? So I guess my thing is, why can't we let this bitch rock and have all these stupid bitches in her video in order for her to then put us on?
Because that's she putting us on.
Yeah, she put Suki in the video. She put Ruby in the video. Mulatto. She's putting all these bitches who don't have a platform. But even Suki on her own thing. Kim K liked Suki's Suki screen recorded her part in the video, and Kim liked it, and Suki posted the like and put it on her video, and bitches were like, bitch, you made it, Kim K liked it. So it's putting her on too. We don't need, maybe she don't need the put on, but her reposting that Kim K liked her shit is, to me, like, we feel like we still need that validity, if that makes sense. And Cardi put them in there in my mind, and also is reposting Mulatto new is that her name?
As
her
a
new
strategic
music
move.
I can see the putting on for the music aspect,
which is what I mean.
Putting on for girls that look like me, I would say it's a no. Okay. I would say it's a no. That's just the world I live in.
I just feel like
I don't get a chance to take off my skin color. I don't get a chance to deflect and say,
I get all that.
Today it's not about race.
I get
everywhere I walk and go, I will always look this way, and I will always be the possibility of being an angry black woman, the possibility of starting an argument, of being ghetto and not being taken. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. So while I appreciate what the effort was, I just don't fuck with it. That's just me. I don't fuck with everything's not about race. It is. I walk in my race. I can't turn it off or change it for anybody. And I would love to know what that's like, but it's not my reality. And that's okay too.
Cool. Yeah. And shout outs to WAP. They've reached #1 on the Billboard. I think the highest streamed for 2 female rappers. So Megan's, she's also featured on that song. So shout outs to WAP. If you have a WAP listening. Hey.
If you don't, they got some shit in a beauty supply store my friend told me about. It's in a green box. No. It's true. It's some Spanish shit that she was like, yes.
Oh, yeah,
and I'm like, I was like, I've walked. Y'all know my mom is a hairdresser, so I've been in the beauty store. I've been running in beauty supply stores since I could fucking walk, and I've always seen that shit and walked by it. And she was like, just da 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 da. And she was like, why you think all the Spanish bitches get the niggas? And I'm like, I don't know.
It's peppermint.
So is it a difference between that and Dr. Bronner's? Have y'all ever put Dr. Bronner's there? I made the mistake of putting fucking Dr. Bronner's there and was like, that's all it felt like in my
I've made a mistake of shaving and using witch hazel or alcohol.
Girl. Okay, vaginas are just something else. But I when she was get this and da da da, and I was like, okay, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right. I was like, I'll pass.
Shout out to y'all. Let's close this with new music.
There's a lot of new music out. Nas
came out with
and everybody's going crazy about the Foxy verse, like, and it is good. They were making fun because they said that Jay-Z dropped his song the same time as Nas, and he's been doing it for years. But
let the men talk about
if I had to choose, I did listen to the Jay-Z and Pharrell song. I kind of think like it's just the wrong time for that. I don't know if anybody else listened to it because like on the chorus or whatever part, like Pharrell's like black man. I'm just like, sir, read the room. This is not the time for that, but okay. Mulatto. Speaking of Mulatto, I think her
album came out.
Her album
was it Queen
dropped.
of the South?
Yeah.
With an A.
Who else?
I'm looking.
I feel like there's more music.
Drake shit's coming out.
Hold on.
Laugh Now, Cry Later. It's #1. Obviously, every time Drake comes out, Drake is Drake. He shouldn't.
Did y'all see that meme or whatever when he was like, I just got to be a warrior? Did y'all see that? Oh my gosh. I love Drake. I know people talk a lot of hot shit about Drake. He's a Scorpio, so obviously, you know, that's my Scorpion brother. I have love for him, but I just feel like he's Drake. Like, there's nothing he can't do.
Listen to the new Mulatto. Listen to the new Nas. Listen to the new Jay-Z Pharrell. DaBaby's album came out, or extended version of his album. I don't fucking know. This ain't a music podcast, y'all. Go.
I listen to everything. I'm looking at my fucking. I have everything. Like, you will catch City Girls on my fucking thing. Then you see Whitney Houston. Then you see Brandy. Then you see Jeezy. I like a lot of the up and coming people. I like Mulatto. She was getting a lot of slack. Was it slack? She was getting a lot of. What is it? Not slack. She was getting a lot of.
You see my face?
I can't think of the word, but whatever. She was getting a lot of hell, basically. People were coming at her for her name being Mulatto, and she explained her reason for her name, and I'm just like...
So what's the reason?
Basically, back in the day, if you were Mulatto, because your parents, you know black and white. Right. So what's your question? I'm confused.
Why did she name herself that?
Oh, she named herself that because she's saying she took the word mulatto that was derogatory back in the day, and now she's flipping it as, you know, a good term to use, which is like, okay, cool, whatever works for you. But a lot of people are like, oh, you capitalizing off of being, you know, light-skinned or whatever, which... Even though I just said all of that about Cardi B, I just kind of feel like it's not that deep.
I'm over here making faces because
I just kind of feel
like... You just don't like Cardi B, and I'm waiting for you to say it.
It's not that I don't like Cardi B. It's just
you just fought me for a whole 15 minutes when it's not about race, and this girl could walk around, and her name is Mulatto, and that's fine.
Get it. I listen. Only reason why I say is the only reason why Mulatto, I would say, gets a pass from me is because I feel like, to a certain extent, I understand what she's trying to do. She's not diminishing, I don't feel she's diminishing the fact that she's capitalizing off of being light-skinned. Clearly, it's clear you are. And I feel like a lot of girls do it. I feel like in today's world, if you have a certain look, you're good. You're fine. You don't have to worry about all the extra shit that goes into it, or people thinking that you're going to be ghetto and loud and hard to work with and angry. I feel like when she explained it, I was just like, oh, okay, I guess. It doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it's right. I just feel like, what's she gonna do? How she change her name now?
Rebrand.
Go by Stephanie? Like, now, okay, I'm just Stephanie guy. Like, I don't, like, I couldn't come up with a solution in my head as how she fixes this problem. Like, that's why, you know, I was like, okay, maybe it makes sense to just be Trina. To just be Young Might. Like, don't use skin tone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be Cash Doll. Money is green. They don't got shit to do with, you know what I'm saying? Like, from now on, hopefully, when people name themselves, because not for nothing, growing up, we all saw the girls with the AIM names, Yellow Baddie and Chocolate Princess. Like, we all saw it. So,
that's cute.
I don't know what the fuck I was.
I was embarrassed.
My AIM names were stupid. They were always dumb.
Big Booty Judy. I don't know.
Mine was Miss New Booty. Oh my god.
Yeah, yours was Miss New Booty. Yes.
Well, go stream her shit. New Nas, new Travis Scott, 112, Vic Mensa.
I say stream all the girl shit. Go stream City
Mariah
Girls.
Lauryn Hill. You gonna hear that?
What do you mean?
Mariah Lauryn Hill came out.
They have new songs together or just in general? Did y'all see Lauryn Hill's daughter?
Yeah.
It actually came right after we did the Meet Me Dad. And it was like, wow. First of all, she's gorgeous. What a pretty little girl.
Splitting image of her mother.
Splitting image, right. And it's just like, and I was, you know, reading the comments and people were like, wow, what it must be to be a Marley. And it's like, to not have a dad. Have you read about Bob Marley? He had like 12 kids. By different women. He didn't even have them by the same woman consistently. They're all 2 here, 3 here, 1 here, 4 here. Like, he had mad kids with mad different women. And it was kind of sad to see that the generational curse of a father not being around continued to where now this little girl's on social media talking about the lack of having a father. And I felt so bad for her. Because she's so beautiful. You can clearly tell she's, you know, an intellectual. And, you know, she's just missing her dad.
We're going to have to do a Meet Me Dad part 2 because we've been hearing comments about it. I think we should do a Meet Me Dad part 2 and correct some things and also include, what's her name? What's this young girl's name?
Stella.
Stella, I think something of that nature.
We're gonna have to include her. Stella Marley. We're gonna have to include her commentary as well.
Yeah,
I think it's a big topic.
Definitely so. It's a hot button topic, and we can look at it from a bunch of different perspectives. The parents' view, the child, the friend on the outside, the friend. There's so many different ways to look at that topic and discuss it and wrap it up. So yeah. And
look out for our poll of what we're going to be calling these hot topic segments, because Wendy already claimed hot topics.
Right. And if there's anything you want us to discuss, my friend was like, oh, y'all don't be talking about Jada Waiter and Ari Fletcher. And I'm like,
we did the Birkin.
Do I have to?
No, and then we did the whole Birkin bullshit.
We did the Birkin. Y'all see that shit play out on Autoblogs. Autoblogs be on top of everything that they do. So I don't feel we need to dive into them girls. Y'all know what they bout. On our last hot topics, real quick, since we wrapping it up, but real quick, I felt away. We talking about how Kim Kardashian would posted Corey Miller C murder, and Master P was coming for Monica's head yesterday on social media. That's his Monica. Brother, but it's Monica.
That's his
Monica
brother.
is so not problematic.
His brother been locked up since 2002.
No, I get it. I mean, if you watch the video, I feel like you can hear his hurt and pain. Yeah. But I feel like his problem is with his brother. Why you dragging Monica and Kim into it? All Kim did was post, all Monica did. You know what I'm saying? His brother said Monica was his ride or die. Monica didn't say that. So why you dragging her? Talking about she been divorced twice. Nigga. Master P, stop it. Percy. Don't do that to her. I love men with girl names, though. Percy. Well, that's not a female name, but I like names. It's a soft name. I like Chauncey for men. No. What? I do. I love his name. Percy Miller. That is so cute to me.
I can't.
But yeah, guys, we are going to post our poll. Let us know what you think. Of course, we always want to know, how you're feeling.
Go listen to the new music.
Listen to new music. Listen to our episodes, okay, where you can find it on Apple Podcasts.
Let me apologize to the Breakfast Club about Apple Podcasts. We finally figured it out. I don't know when this episode's coming out, but by the time it does, I've done already apologized.
Right. So we got it all figured out. Everything should be available across multiple podcast streaming sites, whether that is Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher. So please, wherever you have a chance to sit down, listen, leave us some commentary, rate us. Okay, 5-star on that shit.
And we thank y'all for actually listening. We didn't think none of y'all niggas.
And y'all feedback. We see it. We appreciate it at any point in time. Again, as we mentioned in past episodes, if you ever want to reach out to us, we're always tagged. You can find our handles on the Did I Lie podcast Instagram. We love you, as we always say. Y'all be blessed. Be safe.